another evaluator from probably the niche area that you select. So that one is allowed, no problem. And even we encourage for that. So you can apply.
Apa ni, you boleh cross tapi still within the niche of the university. Sebab each research alliance dia ada dia punya niche. Kata lagi cross boleh, tapi kalau pergi to another research alliance within that niche area, kalau you tak nak ikut langsung pun boleh juga, tapi you tak akan jadi priority untuk dapat grant. Itulah.
Well, I personally believe there are avenues where you can always discuss this. JFRA is one channel. Your TDPI, who is out of the galaxy, is another channel. I'm not saying faculty science punya TDPI out of galaxy lah, but from any other faculties. But if I were to take a guess, ada 7 orang pun. Saya cycle ni, saya tengok mata dia, tak tahu lah. So, any more issue you would like to raise? You know, it doesn't matter. From what I see so far is operational manners lah. But I understand because even operational manners, sometimes we also finding ourselves, I don't know this, I don't know that. It doesn't matter to us. And today is open to all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anu from Pabu. Talk about mentoring process. The mentor should be a single person or can be multiple persons. Or it should be assigned as a mentor through website or it just unofficial term.
Angkat tangan sebelum soalan.
Assalamualaikum. I want to tell my experience, okay? I start from a very humble situation. I came back in 2009 and I don't know what to do, so I just followed anyone. And then Prof. Hall came, say, to do project, okay, I said join Prof. Hall. And Prof. Hall said, join engineering education, okay, I joined Prof. Hairia. But I said, join maths education, okay, I joined yours. So I just like going all over places and help everyone just do anything because I just want to learn. So they naturally become my mentors. So I have a few mentors. There's no official kind of signing between both parties or what. It just they said, you want to join? Okay, I'm joining. You call me for meeting, I join the meeting. They give you something to do, I just do it. So actually, I have written a few successful proposals for them as PI. I did become a PI myself when I got my first FRJs after 4 years I came back. After learning how to do all the things. So I didn't become a PI, I just became PI on my own, the seed fund. And then I just go with the flow and learn from everyone. They give me very good experience, they give me very good guidance, they give me tips, and I learn a whole lot from them without them teaching me like formally. And one more thing is that you don't have to find your mentor from the field. It can be just anyone. I learned with Prof. Zari, I learned with Prof. Hall, I learned with Prof. Hairia, I learned with so many other professors in my career. Even until today, I'm still learning from people. I still have people who I consider as my mentors. So I think don't be shy, like what somebody said, don't be shy, and just learn it, and people welcome you for learning. And I think as young researchers, don't have to do hard work. Work hard and work smart, both. You need to work very hard. How to get successful proposal? Prof. Siti Mariam, big data, she said, you write 100, you get 10, that's good. The more you write, the more you have in your proposal bank, right? So you can keep editing, keep improving, keep doing whatever you have. If you've got nothing, you cannot. If there's a deadline in like 3 or 4 days, you have already some proposals in your proposal bank for you to just edit and fulfill the requirement guidelines from the sponsors. So just do it. Okay, thank you.
A little bit, perhaps, if you notice the handout that you get, there's actually front and back. Yeah, don't forget the back. Yeah, you have research 101 at the back. So one of the question, I guess, I don't know, concern, FAQ, you can call it. Yes, yes. I'll keep that in mind. So, the research 101. We actually have just one small question there is that, you know, what grant opportunity is out there? It's actually a lot. Especially if we talk to this guy has been to Argentina lah, mana-mana, merata dunia pergi. So, we have a centralized punya somewhat in RMC. They have a portal where they keep on, you know, giving you information on, you know, this grant, that grant, international 10,000 one, 20,000 one, 1 million one, or whatever. And Professor Abu, who is missing here, Cuti Raya, is that he is handling the research grant task force. Yeah? Under him, there are so many what they call it research grant champions. Basically, they are the one who disseminate and know the first-hand information. Each faculty should have wakil. If not, maybe dia punya lantikan sudah tamat lah sebenarnya. But anyway, you can always get to him or his RO, Siti Fadila. If you want her number, PM saya. Then you can always get that opportunity, and you know, someone will guide you because they have been doing a lot of workshop as well. And if you feel like, you know, certain FRGS ataupun whatever GS lah that you think need some guidance or workshop, you can always get to them, and then they'll be more than happy to help you organize a small workshop to help you out. Any more things? No? Yes? Oh yeah. So structured mentoring program. Correct me if I'm wrong. What?
For the mentoring program, I think UTM they have this AS103. You got 101, 102 kan. So 103 is the mentoring system. Jadi you kena ada one mentor actually, officially. And finally they kena sign something to approve that you actually got a mentor.
That is a structured one. So you have structured one, you have unofficial one, you have like kawan-kawan one. So whatever model that suits you, you can go about it. We talk about mentoring, we talk about grant. So you don't have problem with publication, I guess. Adalah sikit-sikit orang hebat. So any more things? No? Yes? If you don't have anything, I have more in my pocket. No? Then maybe we can carry on with the next topic, I guess. I don't know why I name it topic lah, but it's not this, it's after this.
In the middle of my PhD, I reached a point where I was completely and hopelessly stuck. Every avenue of research that I tried led to a dead end. Seems like my basic assumptions just stopped working. I felt like a pilot flying through the mist, and I lost all sense of direction, where it's up, down, left, right. Nobody ever told me that scientists get stuck. I asked the other graduate students, and they said, yeah, that's exactly what happened to us, except nobody told us. We studied science for thousands of hours, but not 1 hour about the actual doing of science, how to go into the unknown, what happens when you do research. Let's say A is the question, and B is the answer. Then research is a direct path. The problem is that if experiments don't work, or a student gets depressed, it's perceived as something fundamentally wrong and causes extra stress. So you can teach a different schema. A is the question, B is the answer, and you start going. Experiments don't work. Experiments don't work. Experiments don't work. Experiments don't work. Until you reach a point linked with negative emotions, in which it seems like your basic assumptions have failed. And we have a word for this. We call it the cloud. And you can be lost in the cloud for an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, a whole career. But if, but if you have enough support, sometimes in the materials at hand, you see a new answer, C. And you decide to go for it. Experiments don't work, experiments don't work. You make your new discovery, and then you tell everyone about it by publishing an article, A-C, which is a great way to communicate, as long as you remember the process of getting from A to C. Now, the cloud is an inherent part of research. It's part of our craft. Because the cloud stands at the boundary between the known and the unknown. Between the known and the unknown. Because in order to discover something truly new, one of your basic assumptions at least has to change. Otherwise it's not new. And in this light, scientists do something quite heroic. Every day we try to push ourselves to the boundary between the known and the unknown and face the cloud. Now notice I put B inside the land of the known, because we knew about it when we began. C is almost always much more fresh, exciting, profound, and also important than B. That's the wonder of doing research. Now, just having a word like the cloud has been transformative in my research group. Students come to me and say, Uri, I'm in the cloud. And I say, great, you must be feeling miserable. But I'm kind of happy because it means maybe we're close to the boundary between the known and the unknown. Maybe we stand a chance to make a new discovery.
So, I believe there's a short video where he is basically just explaining you can always plan for the best and hope, plan for the best, hope for the best, but anyway, it is something like, it didn't really happen according to your plan. So, any of you have yet to face the cloud? Please raise your hand. So, meaning everybody has faced their cloud. So everybody is going towards C, which is good. But perhaps some of you, it doesn't matter whether you can shine our chair. Perhaps you can share with us what is your fear, or what do you think that is, well, maybe for you, like what is the problem you face that you find it very difficult just to get to the C? Well, obviously you have your fair experience in getting to C, but to get to the C, how difficult it is for you. Perhaps you want to share whether do you want to ask a question on, perhaps I did it this way, but because I don't have the resources, or do you think now to get to see everybody, everybody obviously need to do something, but then there's none to be found in UTM, you want to raise that issue up? Now is your best chance, I guess. Young researcher, no? So Dr. Fadil might want to share something about his experience. He's done a lot of things.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening to all of you. I think it is already 4, right?
Okay.
Actually, I just want to share something lah. So, basically, when we actually been exposed to many kind of opportunities, right? Experiments. So I do believe that all of you actually come from many different entities. I call it entity because sometimes you get your PhD in 2.5 years, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 4 years. Sometimes you also coming from UK or other overseas, or maybe from overseas or from local. Okay. Now, the biggest problem with this is not because of the research or maybe the scientific that you want to explore. I do believe that. Why? Because I'm in the X generation. You know, X generation is actually those actually computer not savvy. We just started the computer, so we receive information by looking, investigating, right? So when we fail, we never said too much, because we actually depends on what we have now. But those actually now in millennia, you are already millennial, maybe Z or whatever it is, you are getting information from fingertips, right? Now I'm speaking about something, you can Google whether it's true or not. It's very simple by like that, right? Even it is a kind of cloud for you to find something that relevant for you to start something. It is easy, just Google it. So that's why we call it University of Google or University of YouTube. So it is easy for you. So what exactly the challenge? To get something in front of you that actually maybe in university we're actually having the platform. For example, we have RA, we have research group, we have maybe a good leadership from our DVCRI. That's maybe your motivations. The best, and maybe something that to share with you, there is someone actually very passionate about the research, never go to that direction. Sometimes even when they want to do the PhD, they don't want to submit the thesis because of the too ideal for that things. They want to make sure that this must be A, this must be B, cannot be something else. So, in reality, what you have to do, something like maybe like Dr. Fatin. Dr. Fatin is on something related on education. So she passionate about something that you must do this routes. You cannot do that else, right? But as engineers, something like we are seeking apply and opportunities. So we look into what the different aspect that could be. So you ask yourself, what kind of yourself you want to be? You want to be so idealism, or you want to make some opportunity, or you want to target something that else that there's a good way of you in future. So there is something people are looking into this kind of works. Last or finally, those young researchers, they actually not really new in the field actually, but it is only the way like we are actually discussed by now, mentorship, right? Mentor, whatever it is lah. But you shouldn't be so making a kind of obstacle on that kind of mentorship, right? Rigid. Okay. But we are calling it as flexibility to all of you, right? Because sometimes people come to me, this is a sharing, they say that they're having a problems to get someone, to know someone, maybe because of not know about the name of the deal, they cannot detect, that it's not in the radar, for example. So they come to us, or maybe specifically to me. So because I've been trained by Japanese, always when we want to do some instruction, we do some illustration, graphic, and maybe that because of this kind of making you so happy to work with someone. There's no intention you have to be my mentee. Is to show you only the past. So in doing your career, whatever it is, please bear in mind nobody perfect. So you are completing each other. I need you, you need me. Something like that. So that's my sharing now.
Thank you much. Everybody agree with him? nobody is going to like, I don't agree with this according to my experience working with the Korean guys like this. It's not like a Japanese. Maybe you work with some British guy, the British guy go the other way. It's not like this. None from the floor or from Kamaru.
Okay, thank you, Ju. Actually, I like the situation of the cloud happen to my student. Okay? Why I say like that? Because when my student is achieving this situation, meaning that he or she doing research, they are in research. Otherwise, they not engaged with the research. And then after that, I give some solution. Probably I help them to find the way to break the barrier and so on. Actually, there's a way to get the solution. But you need to discuss, you need to brainstorm. That's the thing. But for me, I like my student to be in this situation. Thank you.
Sorry guys, it's me again. So actually, if you are in the cloud, to get to see, for me, what you need is strong fundamental, right? So what we need to do, and actually we are still doing it, I believe all of my colleagues still doing it, we still read, we still download journals, alright? So let's not think that after graduation, after PhD, I don't read journals anymore. Why you need to read journals? Because you need to keep yourself abreast with the latest finding, latest reports, in your field. Alright? So do read journals, do download, and do maintain your spirit while you are doing PhD. Where finding journals is like finding gold. Right? Like Fadil said, I'm also from X generation. I even have to go to NUS to find journals because we don't subscribe it here. During my time, we don't have e-journals, we don't have